it is very clear to tell of the future, and we can quickly predict that in the coming days, our young people will be enabled so greatly by technology to undertake responsibilities and to work. So the best thing that we can do as a house is to legislate, not just for ourselves, but for the generation that is coming after us, so that they will find legal framework that will facilitate investment that will come from local investors and even those from abroad. Honorable Speaker, I wish to mention that in some place around Thika Road also, a place called Tatu, there is an investment similar to Konza. Maybe it is not that level of Konza, but every day I go around that place, I see thousands and thousands of young people. Innovation hubs, something called CCI. It hosts thousands and thousands of young people. They go there every day and they work day and night. So I am imagining that if this is present in those other places in the country, then our growing population of young people who are well educated but still jobless can find work to do, and they will all be proud of their country. So I support this, and I believe that even in the places like Embu County, where I come from, Runyenje's constituency, and the Bere part of the country, which is actually very expansive, can benefit now from the establishment of these ideas. So, Honorable Speakers, since you indicated that I be generous to my colleague here, and I want to keep my word, yes, from a county that hosts Konza, I wish to rest my case, and I support. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
He's actually from Nairobi, unless you want to insinuate where his ethnic background is. But proceed, Honorable Mawati.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank you for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this very important bill. First, I want to congratulate my brother, Honorable KJ, for the wonderful job he's done with this bill. This bill is long overdue, and coming from an IT background, in other parts of the world, you will find that there is always, as they said, the technopolis. It's about time we had an authority that's able to guide us and give direction on as we continue to expand technology-wise. The first one, as you said, is Konza, Technopolis. Then there is the one in Tatu. And we need to grow a few more in the country. If every county can start with one, every constituency can start with one, let's create this. Let this authority assist us with also the setting up of the ICT hubs, and that we'll be able to have our youth who are idle in the constituency. For starters, in the next this financial year, 2024-2025, we are putting up 3 ICT hubs in my constituency in Embakasi South so that our youth can be able to benefit from them. So technology-wise, we tend to think that we are ahead, but we are not supporting the infrastructure to be able, or the authority, or the policies to be able to have a good IT, to be the leaders in IT in East and Central Africa or in Africa. So there is AI that is coming up that's very, very strong, that with such authority, they'll be able to give guidance and sometimes give direction on what should and should not happen. So with that, I stand to support and looking forward to.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very hesitant to interrupt my colleague when he is debating, and I just wanted to, with his permission, to inform him, even as he debates, Mr. Speaker.
Do you wish to be informed by the Honorable KJ, MP for Embakasi South?
Yes.
Proceed.
Mr. Speaker, the information I'd wish to give to the Honorable member for Embakasi South has to do with the scale of a technopolis. A technopolis in itself is a city. And that is why I am so keen on inviting members to visit Konza Technopolis, to see the scale of a technopolis, that a technopolis in its grandeur cannot fit in a constituency. So we can have digital innovation hubs in the constituencies. We can have economic zones in counties. We can even have centers, innovation hubs like the one in Tatu. But a technopolis, by its definition, is actually a city. Mr. Speaker, I thought it would help him with his debating.
Now,
yes.
for the interest
Thank you.
For the interest of
Thank
the
you,
chair,
Mr. Speaker.
For the interest of the chair, when you say the bill here says the establishment of technopolises, so it means cities.
Mr. Speaker,
Now, if you say a constituency is too small to have that city itself, then where would you have those cities in addition to Konza?
Mr. Speaker, that's why I was wanting to draw the mental picture for individuals to see that we are not talking about a development that would fit in a geographical area as small as a constituency. We are talking about expansive developments that would even cover what geographically would be several constituencies. So, Mr. Speaker, I wanted just to point that.
You're looking at counties or something close to counties, yeah?
We're looking at, yes, it can sit in a county, but for example...
All the cities, because you have 5 cities in the country.
Yes, we have 5 cities in the country, and a city like Nairobi might not even be able to accommodate a technopolis in the state that it is, as overpopulated as it is.
Proceed, Mawade, Honorable Madad. Can you please switch
Clerk,
off?
yes, there was, switch this one off.
Yeah, proceed. Just proceed.
Thank you. Now that I have the voice. I think my brother totally misunderstood me. I talked about ICT hubs in the constituency, 3 ICT hubs. I have only been to Konza Technopolis maybe 6 to 8 times, so I am aware of the scale and the horizontal development that is there. And the intention to host the likes of the Boeing company and many other big, IBM was also looking to be able to come on board. So I am fully aware, and it's a good idea. We need to have a few more cities like Konza, Technopolis City, and a city cannot fit in my constituency. Thank you.
Honorable Mwade, we have come. Honorable members, the time being 7 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Wednesday, the 25th of September, 2024, at 9:30 a.m.
Global Renewable Summit with a group of like-minded partners. This is a timely and consequential event as we seek to translate a big vision into action. We made significant progress at COP28 under the leadership of my brother here from the UAE, notably with a commitment to triple global renewable energy capacity and double energy efficiency by 2030. Last year's inaugural Africa Climate Summit was an important step towards COP28. African heads of state adopted the Nairobi Declaration with climate-positive growth as a new paradigm for industrialization and development. A key pillar of this future is Africa's vast and underutilized renewable energy resources. In this room, we know the reality of a global disparity in energy access. Nearly 600 million Africans lack access to electricity, while another 1 billion are without clean cooking options. In sub-Saharan Africa, annual energy access gains of around 30 million people barely keep pace with a population growth of 28 million people each year. So you balance the number of people that are coming into the space with those that are getting electricity, it means we are running on a treadmill. This trend imperils progress across the entire Sustainable Development Goals on agenda and also imperils our Paris Agreement goals. This week, we adopted the Pact of the Future to improve our world. It requires our commitment to implement and realize the ambitions of the Pact. We will continue to push for a course correction of the global finance and the unfair financial systems. Africa receives less than 2%, sometimes it's say 3%, of global investment in renewable energy, despite being home to 60% of the world's best solar opportunities. Last year, the continent added less than 3 gigawatts of renewable energy, while the world saw a record addition of nearly 500 gigawatts. So, 3 gigawatts with a potential of 60%. That tells you the disparity. Africa must pursue industrialization and economic growth to tackle the crippling energy poverty. Although the continent is resource-rich, unreliable or expensive energy limits our ability to harness these resources for development. High capital costs and economies of scale mean that investors require secure offtake agreements as a mechanism of de-risking their investment. Establishing anchor industrial demand driven by energy-intensive industries is crucial for securing these investments. We have a significant opportunity as the world to seek and expand and diversify value chains, particularly for energy transition. However, not all industrial development is beneficial. Historically, exploitation of Africa's resources has not yielded benefits for its people. We must avoid repeating these mistakes of the past. And that is why we have made a decision as African heads of state to re-engineer the Africa Union. I have been mandated by my colleagues to reform the institutions of the Africa Union so that we can make it fit for purpose, give ourselves voice, and do the right things to attract investment in spaces that are important, as in climate action. This is why I am also driving the Africa Green Industrialization Initiative, which we launched at COP28.